Hi guys, Legendary Basil Games here. So I'm going to make a short video about Amado and who he may be related to. And now we know his last name, and his last name is Sanzu or Sanzu, depending on how you say it, depending on where you're from, depending on everything basically. Um, I think the reason that he's so obsessed over bringing Jiriya back is the fact that he's more connected to Jiriya than you think that he is, more than we think he is, actually. And I think that it is possible through a writer's perspective that he may actually be Jiriya's son. And the reason I think that he's Jiriya's son, well, he has the same color of hair. He has the same kind of face, but like not exactly, but he has the same kind of eyebrows, same kind of eyebrow line, and we don't know what clan Jiriya is from, and I've kind of done some researching, and I don't know because it doesn't say what Jiriya's clan is, but I think that maybe Jiriya's clan is the same as Amado's clan, and maybe that's the reason why, like, Amado is so obsessed with bringing him back, because he says things about, like, how he likes Jiriya, and he was very saddened by his death, and maybe that means that he's relative, because we don't know who Jiriya's relatives are, and it's possible from a writing perspective. I would say that I would do something like this in a story, to write one character to be related to another character, and then they would be like related secretly, and like you would never know. And in Ame, like the rain village that Jiriya was in, we know that he did have Ami orphans. He just kind of saw them in the war and stuff and said that it was horrible and the war was horrible. But what if he had a son secretly in the Leaf Village and nobody knew about it? I mean, think about that. I mean, think about the fact that they didn't know about, like, Minato, possibly, and they didn't know possibly that Tsunade was the mother of Minato, and how people think that's a theory. Well, my theory is very similar, is that I think that actually Amado is a secret son, and like one of the women that Jiriya was getting around with, I think that actually she might be the mother to Jiriya's son, Amado, but I don't know if Amado is actually his son or not, because I've done some research and it says that it's not his son, and everybody goes, oh, it's like, oh, he's not his son because this and X, Y, and Z reasons. But I think, in my personal opinion, from a writer's perspective, and I know because I've written like complex characters and like two characters in a horror novel that nobody knew that were actually related, and it was a character that I hadn't used for a while, so I had to rewrite her entirely. And the main character is in a horror novel, but like, think about how Kishimoto was doing this story. Think about how he's like building up to Jiriya being revealed. Think about how he came back, and think about all the circumstances that Amado is under. Doesn't it seem a little too coincidental that he brought him back? And Amado is the one that did it, a guy with white hair, and we don't know anything about. We don't know anything about his clan. We don't know anything about Jiriya's clan. All we know is that he's a mad scientist, and he's obsessed with building robots, and he's obsessed with building cyborgs, and he was in the Rain Village, and Jiriya, I think he actually did like the Rain Village, and maybe that's where Amado was born, and maybe at the time of Jiriya's death, maybe his son was maybe like a teenager, maybe 18, 19 years old at the time. We don't actually know how old Jiriya's, if he actually did have a son or not. We don't know that much information. We don't know how old. Actually, I don't even know how old Amado is, but I think it said he's somewhere in the age range of maybe like 30 or 40 or something like that. He's a little older than Naruto. Well, obviously he's older, but like, and it did say that he did have a daughter. Like, Amado said that he's got a daughter and she turned into a cyborg, and we could go all day into this rabbit hole and say that Amado's daughter is like she was one of the cyborgs, and maybe she's the one that like he took the ability to love. And I think maybe that actually is his daughter, the one he's talking about. And he just said that she died just to throw us off and to make us think that his daughter actually is dead. And the fact that he kind of brought back Jiriya, and he's kind of maybe like a twisted ego kind of character. Because don't you think something's a little bit off with Amado and like this whole thing, how he brings people back, especially Jiriya? I think that he's a little off in the brain department. But let me know what you think in the comments down below, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the page, and click that notification bell, and stay up to date, because I create all kinds of new videos and all kinds of new theories, and some of them are out there, but I promise I have the best of intentions. Don't click off this video. Don't think it's clickbait. Just go with the theory and see what you have to think for yourself. Like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!